Yeah, hi guys. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. This is the Devops mock interview day 182. We already completed 181 mock interviews. If you are watching this video for the first time, you can check out all mock interviews in the playlist section. And please like this video and so that we will get motivation to upload more mock interviews like this. If you are looking for a live class on DevOps or if you're looking for right mock interviews, you can ping me on WhatsApp to get the details. Yeah, hi Bookshare. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, I think no
Hello,
one
sir.
going to join. I don't know. I've just waited for 5 minutes. Still no one is joining. It's okay. You can introduce yourself until then. Okay.
Yes, yes. Hello, hi, sir. I'm Bookshare. I have about 5.5 years of corporate experience as a DevOps engineer, which includes a retail sector, a mid-scale service company, and an NGO. My major day-to-day activities involves working with AWS Cloud, like managing AWS organizations with 70 plus AWS accounts, spanning 25 plus clients using Control Tower, and automating cloud operations using Python and AWS Lambda, like building and deploying Golden AMI using Terraform scripts, and also ensuring they are security compliant using tools like AWS Config, Security Hub, Guardrails, etc. My strengths also include designing scalable infrastructure, observability, and reliability. Like I built Splunk dashboards for infra visibility, use Prometheus and Grafana for monitoring applications and service logs as part of Kubernetes deployment pipelines, which I built using Jenkins CI/CD scripts. So yeah, these are some of my core technical skills. So I strive to approach my work with clarity, consistency, and a strong learning mindset. And I'm excited about this role as it aligns with my focus areas. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Bookshare. Yeah, everything is perfect. Please continue the same. Whatever you have given the introduction, it was realistic.
Yes, thank you, sir.
I will share my screen and today also we majorly focus on Docker, little bit advanced.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay, what happens internally when you run Docker run? Whenever you say Docker run, what happens exactly?
Docker run takes the image that we built and make sure it follows all the instructions that are part of the Docker image and assigns it on top of the host layer.
Normally the request will go to Docker daemon, right?
Okay. I'm not that proficient in Docker, so I'll try to answer as best as I can.
Okay, okay, you need to be an expert.
Okay, okay.
Okay, how does Docker implement file system isolation? I think about how Docker container will get this right file system, like storage, all these things.
So from my understanding, the file system which are part of there are two ways probably. One is Docker's own service of assigning the file system, and then there is other use case where if we want to use host's file system, we can use that as well. Uh,
Okay, explain how Docker manages container networking internally.
Internally, as we understand that Docker is it's a containerized network. One of the major features of Docker is to make sure that every container, every application should feel like it has its own network. Right? It's not part of. It is not sharing its network with anyone. And any container which are all the containers which are in one image, they should be able to communicate with each other. So Docker. Uh, I think uses C groups, if I'm not wrong.
So C group is nothing but a control groups. Via that you will get the resources.
Okay.
but we are discussing about the networking. Okay, what is the difference between entry point and CMD in real project?
Uh, once we once the container comes up, the first command that it executes is part of CMD. And the difference between entry point and CMD is entry point gives you an option to pass um, a parameter along with the command. Like you can execute your own commands along with it has that option to do that.
Okay, yeah, whoever enrolled for my mock interviews, right? They used to join right 1 week or 2 weeks. Then after usually right, I don't know, they have right paid an amount enrolled. Suddenly I don't know even if I remind multiple times, right? They are
Mhm.
not participating. So I hope you will not do the same.
Yes, yes, sir. I will
Yeah,
participate.
once you have enrolled, utilize it fully
Yes,
and crack a job.
yes, yes,
Yeah, only few people are. I don't know why they are coming and enrolling. Yeah, obviously I will get money, but why
Mhm.
you need to waste money? That's why I just started, right, giving this guidance and all only with that or with minimal amount to help candidates, right, to crack an interview. You already
Yes,
trained, you already know DevOps. Now you are at the final stage. Okay, yeah, it's totally people's choice. I'm not blaming them.
yes, yes,
Yeah, because once you are done commitment, now you are want to crack a job because you are already have expert and you just want just a few steps ahead to get a job. So during this time, right, if you utilize, okay, definitely if you get a job, right, life will change with good package.
yes, yes, sir. I feel the most people don't understand the difference between having this guidance, the mentorship, and just simply watching the YouTube videos that you upload. Watching YouTube videos is very helpful. It gives you your own time to sit and go through the questions and answers. But this one-on-one or this kind of session is very helpful because it gives you an experience of what you will sound like in an actual interview. It will give you kind of a reality check. Maybe most people don't realize it, but I have kind of realized because I have failed in many of my interviews and thought maybe this is something I need right now to understand where I actually stand.
Yeah. So the reason which I've started training or guidance because I too had a mentor. Frankly speaking, why I need to fake it in 2016 when I was struggling for a job. Okay, I
Mhm.
don't know even right what is DevOps, how DevOps will work in real time because I'm basically from electrical background. I have a zero knowledge. Even I cannot able to operate a laptop as well, not to Windows laptop.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, that level of person I was. But when I was learning before 2016, I used to join like I joined one of the institute. There I met one person who used to work on night shift. He's a Linux admin.
Okay.
So at that time he has learned, he has cracked a job. But when I was learning, suddenly I got a call from him. Coincidentally, he called and he asked just for as a friend. He just asked me like, what you are doing. I said no, I'm just still searching for the job. He said I'm already working as a DevOps engineer and he has a certification of CKA as well
Mhm.
during that time.
Oh, yeah.
Then after so slowly like I used to call him whenever I attend interviews. I used to call him. He used to guide me. Oh, he has asked this question, okay, this will be little bit difficult, so this is the answer for this. Like
Hmm.
this, is to tell. Again, whenever I attend an interview, I used to call him, I used to take that answer. In the next interview, whenever I get the same question right,
Hmm.
I need to, I should not do the same mistake.
Correct.
So I
Yes.
used to, I have a book as well where I work written interview question answer, interview question answer. If I see that now, I used to get laugh. Oh, I have
Hmm.
done this much things. But yeah, definitely we need to do.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, during that time, if right, I've just done hard work. Yeah, because of that, right now, yeah, I wasn't good. Not I'm telling I'm next level, but still better.
Yes, yes, sir. Like even yesterday during our session, like some of the questions that you asked, I instantly I had an image in my head like what I would do in that scenario, but I was not able to express it. The words were not coming to me. Like multi-stage builds, these are the terminologies I was missing from my vocabulary. It seemed like that, but I knew that yes, this is something I would do. So I think these are some of the very important things which are needed in an interview. You can't simply uh, make them understand that you know, but without actually telling it.
Yeah, simple. If I compare with real life example, like for suppose you and me are traveling, okay, I'm driving a car. So
Mhm.
obviously, if I drive right frequently, then only I will be have a grip. Okay, I can drive smoothly. So
Mhm.
even if a DevOps right, people will learn. Okay, they don't realize the importance of interviews.
Yes,
Suddenly the interview will be scheduled. They will get a fear. Oh, I have an interview. I have an interview. In that fear only, they will forget everything.
yes, yes,
So if you attend this mock interview, right, it will be become a habit. Even for real interviews also, you will right, you will not get that fear. Real interview also, you will feel like mock interview.
correct.
Yeah, you will perform well.
Yes,
So,
yes.
whoever attended my mock interviews, right, 10 to 15 mock interviews,
Hmm.
they already right passed the first and second round. After
Yes,
that,
yes,
they only got the confidence. They continued to attend interviews, and
yes, yes.
slowly they cracked. Yeah, it's totally yours credit. I'm not taking my credit. I've just okay conducted mock interviews and helped you. That's it.
Yes, yes.
You it's totally you have you prepared. You cracked the job.
Correct.
But at
But
least it
the
was my
session.
mock interviews was helped, right? That is
Yes,
more
yes,
than
sir.
enough. Yeah, frankly speaking, what are the questions I'm asking? In that only will get in real interviews. Not more, right? Not out of this.
Yes, yes, sir. I've noticed this. Like last week, I've went through two of your videos, and I had an interview. So it was like a immediate kind of a preparation. Preparation. Like one day before the interview, I went through two of your videos, and it was on Terraform. And during the interviews, I got the like two or three questions exactly from those videos, and I was very confidently able to answer it because I had prepared that. Although I couldn't clear the other topics because of certain reasons, but I was very happy when I could answer those questions after watching your videos. That's when I thought, okay, I should actually go for this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, by today or tomorrow we will complete Docker. Okay, this is more than enough. Then we will jump to Terraform.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Kubernetes I will plan after some days because we have already discussed about Docker. So if I again go to container technology again, it will be little bit boring. Let's have a different. How do you
Okay,
reduce
okay.
Docker image attacks surface? Nothing but how you do protect like this like
I think Privy scan is something that can be implemented as part of the CI/CD pipelines if Docker is being used, which makes sure any vulnerabilities on the images If they are present, it handles it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not wasting your time, right? I was just discussing all these things.
No, no, not at all. It's I'm glad you're discussing, sir.
Okay. Yeah. How do you debug a container that is exiting immediately? No, nothing but whenever I create a container, it is creating but exited within seconds. So how do you debug that? So it should run all the time. It should not exit. Yes, Quetti.
Huh. Sir, sir, we can we can watch the logs of the container by docker logs command. Why the container is exiting just right after the creating of the container. So so that's all. So why
Yes, Bookshare.
One reason why it might be continuously exiting is maybe I'll check the ports that I've assigned to the container, and if it is already occupied by other processes in the or by other containers, then that could be the reason. So I'll try to either change the port or kill the existing process that is maybe unused and using the port.
Yeah, if the port was not available, your container itself not created or started. So
Oh,
if it is
okay.
starting and exiting, so every container when you start, okay, a command will be executed. So if it is exiting immediately, so obviously there is some issue with the command, which is a CMD or entry point, whatever you are using. So you need to check that inside your Docker file, the CMD which you are executed. Okay, depending upon the CMD only, your container lifespan will depend.
Okay, okay, got it.
oh,
So you need to correct that. Okay, explain the difference between Docker pause versus stop. We can pause the container and stop the container. So what is the difference between pause and stop?
sir, can I?
Yes.
Sir, for the Docker pause, we can run again the container, but in the but in the stop container, we cannot run the container again.
How do you analyze Docker image layer sizes?
Docker inspect space the image name.
Okay, explain how Docker security comps work.
I am not sure if Bookshare can.
Okay, how do you troubleshoot container DNS issues?
Not sure, sir.
How does Docker ensure container resource isolation?
Not sure, sir.
Is it the control groups that we talked about?
Ah, yes, 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 yes.
Okay. What is Docker multi-stage networking and how to implement it?
Stage. Sure.
How do you secure Docker registry access in production?
Sure.
Your Docker registry access can be secured. Like if you're, we can store the username, the credentials of the Docker registry in a secure location. Like if you're using cloud, you can use AWS secrets. Uh, and if you're using Jenkins pipeline, then it should be part of credentials and not part of the pipeline script. It should not be the credential, the Docker registry credential should uh, be shared in the Git resource. And mm, yeah, there was other point I had in mind. I forgot.
How do you pass secrets securely to Docker containers?
Sir, we can use Docker secrets for achieving this goal. We can create the Docker secret and we can pass these secrets in runtime.
Okay, final question for today. How do you monitor container performance?
We can use the Docker logs that get generated. We can pass all these logs to a third-party tool or either any cloud tool like CloudWatch or mm, Splunk. I've used it in Splunk, and then write scripts there to make sure how many different kind of monitoring processes that we want to observe. We can write scripts accordingly.
Okay, let's check the answers. What happens internally when you run Docker run? I told you that the request will go to Docker daemon. So Docker client sends the request to Docker daemon. Daemon checks local images. If it is not available, it will pull if missing. So it will create the container snapshots, which is read write layer, allocates network namespaces, mount volumes, applies C groups and namespace isolation, executes independent same-day process. So all these things we have already discussed as part of Docker live classes. How does Docker implement file system isolation? So uses union file system, multiple read-only layers plus one writable layer, copy and write, file copied to top layer only on modification, reduces image size and builds faster. Nothing but Docker image, whatever you are creating, it is a read-only layer.
Yeah.
Yes, when you create a container, you will get a read-write layer. That is a one read-write layer. So whenever you delete the container, automatically the read-write layer will be also deleted. Yeah. So when you create a container from the image, so that we call it as a copy on write. So if you are copying or any file as part of your Docker image, then it will call as a copy on write. So file copy to the top layer only on modification. So yeah, it will be little bit confusion, but yeah, if you have learned DevOps, it will be very easy to like learn Docker. So I explain how Docker manages container networking internally. So it will. So do you know virtual Ethernet? You via Docker 0, right? Whenever you install Docker, you will get a Docker 0 driver. So via this Docker 0, whenever you create any container. Right now I didn't created a Docker. Okay, let me do one thing. Oh, I don't have a Docker installed. See if it is installed. I have to show you. Like whenever you create a container, automatically virtual Ethernet will be also created. Via this virtual Ethernet only, you will get a network to your container.
So,
Okay, you will be having a NAT rules via IP tables and DNS via embedded Docker DNS. Okay, if I compare with real life example, so if you you used to go to school, yes or no, and there is a register right with our teacher,
Yes.
so she used to call the roll numbers. Yeah, roll number
yes,
1, roll number 2.
Hmm.
yes.
So yeah, there is book share is roll number 7, right? Query will be roll number 20,
Yes.
whatever it may be. So in the same way, okay, IP table will be also a register of IP addresses, where you will be having every, like for suppose if you are running 20 containers, so for 20 containers, for every containers, how for every student you will be having a roll number, same like for every device. See, now I am using this Windows laptop, so my laptop will have one IP address. So if I want to identify out of 100 students, okay, the roll number 17 was bookshare, how I will identify it? Because I have assigned a roll number to the bookshare. So in the same way, if I want to identify my laptop will be assigned a IP address. IP address is nothing but a roll number. So if I want to call, okay, bookshare, right, same like bookshare, I can find multiple people. But if I have a roll number, right, I can easily call, and definitely for that roll number you can have a DNS name as well, nothing but a name. Or like for suppose I cannot able to remember bookshare every time. Okay, but I will remember the uh, like for suppose roll number, right? I can call the, like for suppose you have a colleague who is your best friend, so you will call him with roll number or you will call with him a name,
Name.
obviously, because name will be easy to remember, because so you will call with a name. So in the same way, for every IP address a name will be attached. Like for suppose there is a, if you see google.com IP address, do you know 8.8.8.8, I think. See, I told you right, 8.8.8.8 is the Google's public IP address. But we will never remember with IP address Google, right? We will directly enter google.com.
Yes.
So when you enter google.com, automatically it will be converted into an IP address. Okay, but it is registered this domain. So that's the reason we will call. Okay, this is a little bit technical part. Yeah, I hope we can able to understand, right? I'm just
Yes,
trying
yes,
to
sir.
explain.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes, yes.
Yeah, because whenever learn if anything, right, I compare with my real life examples. Then only I will remember the concepts. If not, I will forget. It might be silly for you, but yeah, I will learn like this itself, and I will
Yes.
explain the things like this itself.
Yes, sir. It's easier to remember. We won't forget this, but even if we forget that.
Yeah. Okay. What is the difference between entry point and CMD in real projects? Entry point, main executable of the container. CMD is default argument. So this one also I've discussed nearly 20 to 30 minutes in live class. So use it for overriding behavior without breaking default functionality. Nothing but entry point value will not be replaceable. CMD value will be replaceable. Okay, when you enter anything inside your entry point, okay, the value will be constant. Nothing but when you execute docker container run, if you want to pass an argument, right, entry point value will not get replaced. CMD value, when you pass argument nothing but when you execute docker container run, image name, after image name if you pass anything, that is called as an argument. So CMD value will be replaceable, so you need to use carefully. So if you want to replace the values, go with CMD. If you don't want to replace the value, go with entry point. Okay, as part of CMD, what you will give the command to run your application. Okay, like for suppose java minus jar spring pettling dot jar or java minus jar, right, app dot jar, whatever it may be. So if you want to change that jar, okay, java minus jar that command, if you want to change, which is not constant, it will change some, right, frequently, then go with CMD. So from the command line you can change that value, right?
Yes, yes.
Correct, sir.
If it is fixed, go with entry point. In the interview they will ask what is the difference between them.
Correct. Got it.
So then you can explain. So depending upon the requirement, you can use, and we can use the combination of this as well. In the entry point, use Java. Java never change, right? Java minus jar, right? Jar file might change. Java minus jar app dot jar, right? db dot jar, whatever it may be. Jar file will change. Minus jar, that command will change. In the entry point, give Java. In the CMD, give minus jar, right? App dot jar. So change that minus jar part. Java will be constant like that. So in the combination of entry point CMD will be also you can use.
Okay, okay.
How do you reduce Docker image attack surfaces? So yeah, as you mentioned, you need to use uh, scanning as well, but before that you need to use distroless or alpine or minimal base images, and remove package managers from final stage, nothing but as part of multi-stage build. Run as a non-new root, don't use a root tag as a root user. Enable Docker context trust, use read-only root file system so that no one can able to edit it. Okay, how do we debug a container that is exiting immediately? So check the logs. So run interactively using docker run -id entry point. So use docker inspect for exit codes. Check entry point issues. I told you, right? The entry point or CMD issues. Validate application configuration or environment. Okay. Explain the difference between docker pause versus stop. Pause freezes container process using C group.
Okay.
Yeah, just a moment. My students are waiting because at 8 a.m. I will be having a live class. So okay, pause freezes container process using C group. Stop sends signal terms, sig term waits sends sig kill if needed. Sig kill nothing but signal kill. So stop nothing but it will stop. Pause nothing but right. If I can close the movie or I can pause the movie. If I pause the movie, I can resume from there. If I close the player, right, I need to open the player it again to watch that movie. Getting my point?
Yes, yes.
That is the difference between stop and pause.
So,
How do we analyze Docker image layer sizes? So Docker history and the image name, Docker image inspect image, and JQ. Nothing but Java query. I think I exactly I don't know. And you can write call with layer. So identify bloated layers causes by copy or run. Use multi-stage builds. So major reason for creation of layer was copy or run. So you have to use this instructions carefully. And this one you already right explained in the live classes. Explain how Docker security works. So Linux kernel syscall filtering, allow and block system calls, prevent malicious actions, and default profile blocks, that is 44 plus system calls. So it's totally right. It will protect from this all these things. So how Docker manages all these things? So internally it will supports all this. It can able to like protect you from this type of attacks. All these things. Okay, how do you troubleshoot container DNS issues? So check etc/resolve.com. This is the default path for your right DNS inside the container. Right Docker daemon DNS settings like etc docker daemon.json. Test resolution with NS lookup. Ensure network isolation is not misconfigured. If using compose, check service name DNS. How does Docker ensure container resource isolation? So C group for resources, namespace, and union file system. So it will use the Linux kernel features. Via C group, you will get the resources. Namespace will be get a isolated what isolated nothing but a virtual network, like virtual mode, right virtual user, virtual process ID, all these things. But you will get a virtual uh, environment. Inside the virtual environment, obviously you will get a virtual network. I told you right, virtual Ethernet. So these are network components. And via union file system, you will get file system. What is Docker multi-stage networking and how to implement it? So build images for different runtime stages used in microservices. Example: web container, database container, So user defined networks, nothing but you can create your own network. How do you secure Docker registry access in production? So private registry with TLS, use token based authentication, nothing but don't use username and password, create a token. Inside your Docker hub you can create a token. You can check there. Enable image signing, implement RBAC, nothing but role based access control. Only right whoever has the access, only they should log in. Everyone should not access. Let us say RBAC. Use scanning tools like Trivi. Okay, how do you pass secrets securely into Docker containers? Yeah, use Docker Swarm or Kubernetes secrets. Avoid environmental variable. Okay, visible via Docker inspect. When you inspect, you should not see the values. So mount secrets as temporary file system files. Use Vault, AWS Secret Manager, SOAPs, etc. Nothing but third party, right? Companies which they are providing secret, you can use that. Okay, how do you monitor container performance? So Docker stats, Prometheus plus Grafana, ELK for logs, CPU throttling, memory OM kills, disk input output restart count. So if you enter Docker stats, you will get how much CPU memory it was using, or you can use the third party tools, okay, to monitor your container performance. So these are the tools available. Okay, yeah, that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining. So I will stop the recording. Let's have a mock again in